guys, Vivian Everett here. I know you missed me, didn't you? Anyway, so today is October the 2nd. Wow. And I am uploading the 11th segment of my Then and Now series of my transformational journey. And this one only has 2 videos in it. And both from July 11th, because I did one that morning. That was a morning when I was not feeling very well, but I overcame it based on the tips and tricks I've learned as far as meditation and positive self-talk and all of that from Wesley Virgin and Bob Proctor and all the other gurus that I've talked to. I hate to really call them gurus because they're actually mentors. I hope you enjoy these videos. The second one, however, is I'm giving you excerpts from my ebook, Motivate Me. And I also left the link down below for the book, and you can go get it. It's free. I promise, it's free. And so take a look at it. And I left the link for the Overnight Millionaire program and Bob Proctor's MSI program if you want to take a look at those as well. So, click those links. Whatever resonates with you, go ahead and do that. And I will see you on the other side of the 2 videos, because I won't come in between them since they're on the same day. I'll talk to you at the end. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Yes, I'm a bit late today. But as the title of my video suggests, I fell down, but I got back up. So this morning, if you can hear me and you're here, I don't know, I don't see anybody yet because I don't know, on the computer is a little bit different than on the tablet or on the phone. You can kind of see what's coming in. On the computer, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Anyway, here's the deal. So this morning, if you know anything about rheumatoid arthritis, good morning, Ruby. And with rheumatoid arthritis, there are some days when you wake up and your body is not happy. You have a lot of morning stiffness in your joints and that sort of thing. So apparently this morning, my body decided, you're not getting up and walking today. You've done this thing, I gotta have some rest. But the issue was that I couldn't get up, literally. So I could have just laid there and just gave into it, right? But I've been doing mental work and I hurt. Yeah, it hurt. As the kids say, it hurt. But what I thought about is, okay, the body is an instrument of the mind. The mind is in control. So, not only is it just thinking, like I was talking about yesterday, but it's also strategizing and coming up with solutions, right? So I'm laying there and I'm going, okay, I'm really stiff this morning. I'm having trouble moving. So, what can I do to fix this problem? So, I had my little iPad by the bed, and I pulled it out and I said, okay, let me see what I can do. So I looked up online, because I've done these things before, but I couldn't remember the exact sequence of how especially for people with rheumatoid arthritis. So, and because when you ask, it'll come to you. Ask and it shall be given. You know that whole thing. So, I mean, it just popped. And it was the first thing that came up on the site. And so I turned on the video and I started doing the exercises. And as I was doing the exercises, because you can do them in bed before you even get out of bed, because that's the whole point. In order for you to be able to get out of bed, you do these exercises. So I started doing the exercises, and after a while, my joints started loosening up, and I got up out of bed. And I did a few more exercises. I did not do anything strenuous today, and I decided not to get on early this morning because, I was taking care of that issue. Because once I was able to get out of bed, then I had to do some more stretching, and then I did some meditating. I meditated for like an hour because I needed that, right? So I said all that to say this. When you think that you've fallen down as far as you can fall down, trust and believe you can get up. We were not made to just simply give up and fall down. That's just not our purpose. Our purpose in life is to keep moving. Everything moves, everything vibrates, everything just is alive. I remember Bob was telling, it's not a story, but he was saying that, when you see a dead body and you think that, oh, well, that person's dead. Well, yeah, the soul is gone. Got it. But the body is still vibrating. It still has energy. The reason why you know that is because it turns to dust. So if it was not still moving, things were not still moving in there. Now, yes, it would scare the life out of me if I walked up on a dead body and all of a sudden it sat up. Yeah, that would not be a cool thing for me. But think about it scientifically. Just, dismiss yourself from the scary part of somebody actually sitting up when they're supposed to be dead. But look at it scientifically. Scientifically, nothing dies. Everything regenerates. Everything. Because, we as human beings, our skin and all that turns to dust when we die. And where does dust go? In the ground. And things regenerate into something else. So everything lives, everything regenerates. So when you think that, oh, well, this is it, this is all I can do, this is I'm done. No, you're not. You're always building on something. If you look at your life and you look at from the time you were a little baby, right? Couldn't do anything by yourself. But as you progressed in life, there were more things added on to your life. Walking, talking, running, playing, whatever, being a teenager and being grown up and all this. So you progress in life, so you never really fall down. Now, there are circumstances in our lives that we let hold us down for a moment. And I have to drink some of my shake because I didn't have breakfast yet, so this is my breakfast. But anyway, so there are circumstances in our lives that we let hold us down, but we have to start thinking of ways to overcome those. Now, I know sometimes in certain circumstances, you look at it and you go, how in the world am I going to do this? So as I was meditating this morning, I do a guided meditation. So in the guided meditation, think of might have served you at the time, but did it serve you well? If it didn't serve you well, speak them out loud and then let them go. Speak them out loud. Give it back. Look, I don't want this emotion. It didn't serve me. It didn't help me. It's not helping me now. I don't want it. And then turn it back around and speak into yourself those things that you want in your life, or those characteristics that you want in your life, and you keep speaking that. Speak that love into your body, and start loving yourself, and start feeling the love all over your body, and you just breathe, and just, oh man, this morning doing that took a while, for the physical body to react to the things that I was doing to help it, and then the mental regeneration after all that was over, to get up and then start my day and start moving along. And again, I don't really get on here if I'm in a state where I don't feel that I'm going to be able to help anyone or inspire anyone. I'm not going to get on here. I'm not going to get on here and be sad sack and that sort of thing. So yes, I do have those days. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's up all the time. But I feel that it's in me. It's one of those things that I just absolutely love to do, is to inspire people. And for me to get on here when I'm at my lowest, I don't think that would be very inspirational. I don't think so anyway. So, yes, I do need support as well as, as much as the next guy. But I feel that when I'm doing these lives, that my calling, if you want to call it that, is to inspire other people or tell you about my journey, so that you're inspired to, go on your own journey about whatever, whether it's the weight loss or, doing more self-care and self-help and personal development and things like that. And, at some point I'm going to share with you some of the books that I've been reading. Listening to mostly, because I do them on the fly. There's a lot of things going on, so actually sitting down and reading a book is just not in the cards right now. So I listen to my book. So I want to share with you at some point some of the books that I'm listening to, and some of the insights that I've gotten from that, if that's okay. And, because I think that they're really good books, and they've helped me a lot. So I want to share that with you. And I'll whenever I do share a book with you, I'll leave the name of the author and the name of the book in the comments, so that if you want to go check it out on, Amazon or Kindle or whoever, you can do that. So sorry, I was like a little bit later today than I normally am, but here I am. And I have a few things on my list today. I was talking about making lists the other day, making my 6 things that I am going to get done today, goal wise. But then I have 15 things I need to do personally, but that's doable, because it's just running around doing errands. So I check those off like that. But the things I need to do for my goal, there's only 6. I'm doing it. So I hope everyone's doing well. and that your day today is as wonderful as I know it will be. So, talk to you later, and tomorrow it will be a little bit earlier because it's Sunday, and I know everybody's probably either going to church online or whatever, but so I'll pop on, say hi, and if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. That's what it is. Because the video lives, right? So it'll be on Facebook when you get back from church or before you go to church, or whichever one it is. So have a nice day, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey there, guys. This is Vivian. I just wanted to share with you the introduction to my book, Motivate Me. And what the book is about really is just basically giving tips on how to motivate yourself. And, as I've been doing these Facebook Lives, a lot of my conversation is about motivation and inspiration to people struggling in whatever. My personal journey is weight loss, business building, and things of that nature. So what I wanted to share with you here is just the introductory statements from my book, and then there's 101 tips in this book for you to utilize to motivate yourself on those days when you just don't feel the motivation to get done whatever you want to get done. So without further ado, I'm going to actually read from the book. So if it looks like I'm reading, I probably am. I'm going to read from it and then just kind of discuss a little bit what my insights are about it. And, even though it's my book, I'm just going to read a few of the things and then talk about them. Okay, so motivation. And this is an introduction, and I'm only going to go through the introduction because I don't, go through 101 of the tips, but I will go over those as the days go on, but I want to go through the introduction first. Okay, so here's the introduction. Motivation is literally the desire we have to do things. It's the difference between waking up before dawn to get started on a particular project and lazing around the house all day and watching TV. It's the crucial element in setting and attaining goals. Now, research shows that you can influence your own levels of motivation, but far too often we fail to do so. Staying motivated can be a real struggle. And when trying to maintain motivation, our drive is constantly assaulted by negative thoughts and anxieties about the future. Everybody faces doubt and depression at one time or another. What separates the highly successful from those who fail is the ability to stay motivated and keep moving forward. Now, there are three major reasons I listed in the book that people fail to maintain motivation. The first, and I think the most prevalent, is the lack of confidence. Now, simply put, if you don't believe you can succeed, what's the point, right? So when this happens, it's usually because you're focusing entirely on what you want and neglect what you already have. Now, because of this, your mind creates explanations for why you aren't getting it. This creates negative thoughts about how you feel about yourself. So you see where this is going, right? Your mind is dominated by past failures, bad breaks, personal weaknesses, whatever. So that's typically our go-to place in our mind. But you can become jealous of your competitors because they're succeeding, which causes you to start making excuses as to why you can't succeed. Now, when you try to function under these conditions, you make
really bad impressions, and you assume the worst about other people, and you lose self-confidence because you're focusing on their success and then downplaying what you could possibly succeed in because, oh, well, they had this going for them or whatever, okay? Instead, you should try to focus on gratitude. You remember I talked about that before. Be grateful for everything. Take time to focus on all the positive things in your life. Prepare and refer often to your mental list of your strengths, your past successes, and your current advantages. I would also suggest, and this is just the introduction, but I would also suggest that you not only do a mental list, but do a physical list and read it. Read it often. People often tend to take their strengths for granted, and they dwell on their failures. Oh, well, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. What did you do? What did you accomplish today? How did that make you feel? Write down the feeling that you get when you accomplish something. I don't care how minute, how small it is. Write down how it made you feel. This is going to motivate you to keep taking those actions, those positive actions that make you feel that way. Because your mind will start associating these good things with this good feeling. So, if you focus on feeling grateful, you'll see how competent and successful you already are. And this will restore your confidence and get you motivated to build on your current successes. Now, it might be difficult to understand how repeating the things you already know can improve your mindset, but it can. I already know how to do this, and this. Write down what you're good at. And then start thinking of ways that you could monetize that you can make that into a business. Some people are really good at cooking. Some people are really good at sewing. Some people are really good at teaching. Some people are really good at inspiring. Some people are good at motivating other people. How can you serve others and also get paid? Think about that. So the things that you already know can help you get the things that you want to have. The mind can often distort reality to confirm what it wants to believe. And that's usually your subconscious mind. It just like, what do I want to believe? The more negatively you think, the more examples your mind will discover to confirm that belief. Now, what that means is, Lisa Nichols says, we make up sexy excuses. I mean, they sound really good when we make them up, right? Oh, I can't do this because. Oh, I can't really do that because I got to wait for my kids to graduate high school. And at the present time, they're in the first grade. I mean, what kind of excuse would that be, right? You're going to wait, 16 years for your child to grow up before you take action to do what you want to do in life. When you believe you deserve success, your mind will generate ways to achieve it. You will need to have a belief you'll achieve your goals. Faith will unlock the doors. We're always talking about faith. Numerous individuals come across choices but never take action, considering that they never believe they might succeed. So they'll come across all kinds of opportunities. And we all do it. We see these opportunities and go, oh God, no, I could never do that. But if you turn that around and you start thinking, oh yeah, I could do that. I can handle that. So think about that. What can you do? And you want to think about a lot of the things that you love, not necessarily just what you can do, but the things that you love. And I apologize for the loud air conditioning. It does that periodically. Okay. Secondly, lack of focus. See how I got lost focus there for a second? If you don't know what you want, is there anything that you really want? Now, I asked this question the other day on Facebook. What do you really want? Not just what you want right this second, stuff that already know you can do, but what do you really want? What is that fantastic dream that you had maybe for years and you just haven't done anything about it? Now it's just eating away at you that you just, I gotta get this done. I gotta find a way to make this happen because I know in my soul this is it. That's your goal. That's your goal that just, you don't know how you're going to do it yet, but it's your goal. And what people normally think in terms of fear, that fear factor. Fear makes people just, well, I don't know, that just seems like really way out there for me. I'm scared, and jump over it. Consider this statement whenever you're afraid to do something. There are 101 bumps in the road, but I got an SUV. That's my statement. Life is a series of bumps in the road, but I got an SUV. I can just roll right over that, right? So think of yourself as the SUV. You just rolling right over that fear. Just right? So you may be afraid. One of the things you may be afraid of is being poor. Afraid no one will respect you, or afraid of being alone. I had that fear at one time. Afraid of being alone. So I was, seeking people to come into my life. Not necessarily people that I actually really even liked. It wasn't even that matter. It was just so I wouldn't be alone. But when you think about that and you come back to yourself and you say, wait a minute, why don't I like being alone? You have to start asking yourself the hard questions. Why don't you like being alone? Is it that you don't like yourself? Think about that and start loving yourself enough that you're okay with being with yourself. And then that person that you're seeking will come to you. Think about that. Now, the problem you face when you think these things, these negative things like this, is that fear alone isn't actionable. Fear is not an action. It's an emotion, right? Instead of doing something about your fear, the fear feeds on itself and it usually drains your motivation. So if you become caught up in fear-based thinking, you should try to focusing that energy on a well-defined goal, your big goal, that whatever that goal is. Now, if you do this, you automatically define a set of actions. You will do the things that you need to do to get it done. If you're afraid of being poor, create a plan to increase your income. What can I do to increase my income? And I was talking, I had a chat come in the other day on Messenger. Somebody asked me for money. Of course, I'm not sending money over Messenger, just so you know. But somebody asked me for money to help their family, okay? I says, okay, no, I'm not doing that, but I can show you how to build income online. And here's go do this and then come back to me. Well, they never did. So my perception of that is that's not really what they wanted, right? Because if you really want, if that family is your goal of taking care of your family, you will do whatever it takes to take care of your family, right? So, well, short of doing something illegal. I mean, there are people, there have been situations where people have done illegal things, but at that point they were at desperation mode. So, what I'm telling you though, if you're afraid of being poor, do something to increase your wealth. It might be going back to school, or getting a higher paying job if they're available, or developing a profitable website. Do a website. The key is moving from an indefinable desires to tangible, measurable steps. Take baby steps. You don't have to do this. I mean, it doesn't have to be done tomorrow. Okay? Sometimes well, all the time actually, it takes time to build. You have to build your presence online so that people are coming to you, and give value to people. Show them what you already know. What do you already know that people can use? And then you go to those people, or go where those people hang out. Here's the value that I can give you. If you focus your mind on positive goals instead of fear, you put your brain to work creating a plan for success. You are no longer worrying about the future. Instead, you're beginning to do something about it. That's how that works. Lastly is lack of direction. Now, if you don't know what to do, how can you possibly be motivated to do it? So when you're focusing on having an ultimate goal, directions mean having a day-to-day plan. Plan out your day to achieve it. Okay, so here's my planner. You have a list of things that you're going to do for that day. Here, you and check them off. As you do each thing, then you check it off. That gives you a sense of accomplishment every single day. Whether you finish the entire list or not is irrelevant. It's that you're checking off, and these are actionable steps. Not necessarily like I also have on my list my meditation, my writing out my gratitude. Those are not goal-oriented steps. Those are personal development steps. So my goal-oriented steps are separate. Those are the ones that I check off because that's my sense of accomplishment. The rest of it is just developing me. So if you're doing personal development, fantastic. That's going to help you, and like this is motivation, right? So that's part of your personal development. Yes, you want to work that in, but your goal steps are the steps that you take towards your ultimate goal. Say you want to make more money. What steps are you taking to make more money? Okay, so that's how you do that. Now, when you're focusing on having that ultimate goal, do that planning. Do it at night, or do it first thing in the morning. If you say, like for me, I do my personal development first thing in the morning. My personal development includes writing in my gratitude journal, saying my gratitudes out loud, doing meditation, doing exercise, and taking care of me first thing in the morning. It's all about me first thing in the morning. Then when I come back, I get online, and then I take care of motivating or inspiring other people by sharing my journey and other tips that I can think of to give them inspiration or motivation for their day. Then once I do that, of course, I have to go take care of my hygiene and all that kind of stuff. But it's I have that whole time set out to do those things. That's not goal oriented. That's just me. That's just stuff I do for me. Then after that is I start my list of goal oriented steps, and then once I achieve one step, now you want to be specific. You don't want to just be in general. Well, I'm going to finish doing this. Okay, what do you have to do to finish doing that? What steps do you have to take? Okay, so I'm building, for instance, I'm building a funnel. Funnel is basically a website that has multiple layers. So I have to insert my links into my funnel. So today, here's what I got to do. I got to go to this page and insert this link. I got to go to this page and insert this link. And that's part of my list. Insert these links into this part of the funnel. And then this part of the funnel. And then this, and finish that. Then I got to go and I got to get my graphics. I want to put my graphics on my funnel. I want to put pictures on my funnel. Whatever it is. So step by step by step, what portion of that funnel do I need to do to build it out, right? And so once I do that, then I can check off several things.
the more things you got, the more things. So the way I do mine is I put the ultimate goal heading for that day. Okay, so you have an ultimate goal for the day. And under that ultimate goal, you put your action steps. So ultimate goal, and then your 6 steps, whatever 6 steps. If you can get done with your 6 before the end of the day or before you plan on stopping for the day, then do that. Add some more if you want, but don't put more than 6 at a time, because sometimes things take longer than you anticipate, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself and that's what I was doing previously. I was overwhelming myself by having 15 things on my list, and I kind of knew at that point that I was not going to achieve 15 things. So that reduced my motivation, because I was upset with myself because I didn't achieve it. So you see how it can be a negative effect if you over plan. Okay, so you don't want to overextend yourself, but if you get stuff done before the end of the day, great. That's even better, because you feel even better, right? So not having direction can destroy motivation, just like I was saying, because without an obvious next action, we start procrastinating. I am guilty of that, procrastination. So the key to finding direction is identifying the activities that lead to success. Make a list of all your activities and arrange them based on the results you achieve from each activity. Okay, just like I said, ultimate goal, check, check, check. So if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do this, this is going to happen. Something has to happen. Everything has to be actionable. Something has to happen as a result of everything you check off your list. Okay? Then make a action plan that focuses on the activity's payoff. When you keep track of your most important tasks, you will direct your power towards success. All right, and you have to possess specific targets if you have to remove confusion. It's like attempting to carry out a total number of things at the same time. It's impossible. You'll certainly not get anything done trying to complete everything at once. You're not going to do it. So what I started doing now, because I noticed on some days I would have like 20 tabs open on my internet, just looking up stuff, just okay, this is how you do this, and I write it down, and then I go to the next one and I write it down. But then after a while, I'm looking at these tabs and I'm like, holy crap, what the heck is all this? And I'd have to close them and then just focus on one thing. Okay, read that, do it. Read that, do it. And once I was done with it, close it off, because if I don't, what's going to happen is a total confusion. And of course, it slows down your computer too, just by the way. Okay, so it's like you're not going to get anything done like that way. You're going to get to the end of the day, you're going to be frustrated, so don't do it. Now, when you feel yourself losing motivation, you can regain direction by creating a plan that contains 2 positive actions, just 2. And then the first one should be a small task, just something you can accomplish quickly, right? That you've been meaning to do. And the second one can be your long-term goal. All right. So when you do the smaller task, you create that positive feeling. And once you check that little check mark, man, it has power. Once you check it off, it's like, whew, I got something done. I finished something, whatever it was. And it's easier to take the first step to achieving that long-term goal once you do that little small step. But it's practically impossible to avoid periods of low energy. Everybody has them. Just know that. Bad luck. I actually don't believe in bad luck, but even the occasional failure. Your failures are your superpower. Remember that. Your failures are your superpower. And what I mean by that is that for every failure,
you've got a point of reference of what not to do. You've got a point of reference of what not to do or what to improve upon. Because there's something right you did in that whole failing process. Okay, this worked. Well, this worked, but this didn't work. So, yeah, the whole thing didn't produce the results you wanted. But something in there worked. So go back and look at it. Okay, oh, I did this right. Oh, I did. Maybe I didn't do that right. Oh, okay. Here's how I can improve upon that. That's why the whole testing process when you're advertising or when you're doing something online, the whole testing process can help you in building your business. And motivation can be very difficult during the time when you're feeling like things. Oh God, I'm just failing all over the place. And there's no simple solution for it, other than going in and checking to see what you did right. Celebrate your wins. I don't care how small they are. Celebrate your wins, because those are going to be very powerful for you. There is no simple solution to a lack of motivation. Even after beating it and getting over the whatever those problems were, the problems will reappear at some point. And at the first sign of failure, you're going to start feeling that feeling again. And then you'll have the tools. Once we start going through the actual tips, you'll have the tools that you need to motivate yourself. Yes, you might want to get somebody else that maybe you can call up, a mentor or something. You can call up and say, look, here's what I'm going through. Here's the situation I'm facing. Here's what I've done. Can you help me? You don't want to just go and say at first, can you help me? All right. At least this is my humble opinion. Okay. When you go to someone for assistance, you need to tell them what you've already done, what you've already tried. Because if you just come to them with the problem, they may start spewing out the same things you've already tried, right? So tell them what you've already tried. That way they can build upon that or give you some different solutions. Because it's nothing more frustrating than going to somebody for help and they tell you the exact things that you've already done. That can be annoying. I'm just saying, well, to me anyway. So whenever you go to someone for help, make sure that you are going with possible solutions as well, because they can help you build upon that. And sometimes when you go to somebody for help and you start talking, all of a sudden you talk yourself into the solution, because you'll go, well, I did this and this is what I think I should do. But wait a minute, yeah, that'll work. And they're sitting there looking at you like, yeah. And some people can push you towards the answer to your question. You just need a third party sitting there. Sometimes it's just looking at you in some kind of way, So this book is going to give you tips you can use to help pull yourself out of your slump before it starts to really get you down and before it gains momentum, so to speak. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was the introduction plus a lot of other words from me. I tend to go off on these rants sometimes, but I hope you guys enjoyed that introduction, and I will give you little bits and pieces of this book as time goes forward. It's only like a 40-page book, but I want to give you the tips and then just kind of talk about them a little bit, and you tell me what you think as well, because as we get into it, I really want to have discussion about it. And I'm going to put the link to my Facebook group. And as part of my group, and I know I have not been really active in this group, but if you only see like posts in there from my YouTube channel and that sort of thing, that's my idea of keeping it active and keeping things going. I have a couple of people in the group who are posting motivational stuff all the time. And one of the young men, Joe Scott, he does these videos, and they're so motivational, and he's so on point that I really love his talks and everything. So, if you want to join my group, there are a few questions that you need to answer, and please agree to the admin rules, because this group is not about advertising your links or anything. If you're an advertiser, if you have a business online, it's not about advertising your links. So if that's what you're coming for, we probably shouldn't do that. But it's about motivation and giving back, because I've learned from so many different people, so many different things, and you never know what you know or what you've actually absorbed until you start teaching other people. And that's another thing I want to encourage you to do. When you learn something, teach other people, because it helps you to retain it. And I was not following my own direction there for a while because I thought I was too busy. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed that conversation, and just leave me some comments below. I will leave the link to the book if you want to read along. It does ask for your email address, so don't freak out. I will ask for your email address, and the reason I'm doing that is so that I can keep giving you value after that. So and also, after we finish talking about the book, I want to start talking about actual actions you can take for your business to help build your business, and the things that I'm doing within my own business to help build it up and make money online. I currently have residual income coming in from things I did back in December and January. I mean, I just got a check the other day from some of that, and I'm not even promoting that product anymore. It's because it was a recurring thing. I got residual income from it. So, and I'm working on other stuff that will produce residual income in the future. So, guys, I'm going to start. I make a commitment to share my knowledge every day. And this post will be not only on my Facebook page, but also within my group, so that people can start signing up for these things. I might even make a schedule. I don't want to commit to an actual time schedule because of how I'm structuring my life at this point. But I want to commit to a daily conversation, and I will put out there, when I'm going live, so that maybe you can prepare or whatever if you're doing something else. But guys, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you are doing well, and that you will continue to do well and stay motivated. And I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. Bye-bye. Okay, it's me again. And I hope you guys enjoyed those two videos from July 11th, 2020. And also just take a look at the book. It's actually a pretty good book, if I do say so myself. Anyway, guys, and I hope it really does motivate you to move forward and be inspired to motivate yourself on those days when motivation is a little problem. So just click on one of those links down below. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video, and you can take advantage of that one. I will upload the next segment, the number part 12 of this series very, very soon, probably tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow, because I'm actually doing some video editing these days. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you next time. But In the meantime, I wish you peace, I wish you love, and I love you guys so much. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. You know what? I am so crazy. You know why? Because for the last few videos, I have not done gratitude. Am I such a bad person or not? But you know I'm grateful to you. Oh, and I have to tell you guys, thank you so much. I've reached 3,000 views on my channel, and I have over 300 hours of watch time, and I can't even thank you enough for coming and visiting my channel, subscribing, liking and sharing, and I'm just so grateful to you and your continued patronage of my channel. And I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you again, and I'm grateful for everything, and especially you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.